check. Test 1, 2. Good afternoon and welcome to Larry King Law's. Good afternoon and welcome to Larry King Law's Langley Speedway Bojangles Bow Time Qualifying, coming your way on a beautiful Saturday afternoon right here in Hampton, Virginia. Remember, on your way to the track, stop by Bojangles for some famous chicken biscuits and tea. We got a Speedway special 8-piece tailgate that feeds 4 for $21.99, and that comes with 8 pieces of chicken, 4 biscuits, 2 picnic fixins, and a half-gallon of iced tea. We're 1 mile from the track at 3351 Commander Shepard Boulevard. Bojangles. It's bow time, y'all. Just wrapped up our Huns Recycle Factory HRKC Pro Wing Champ Carts qualifying just a few moments ago. And taking a look at the leaderboard, John Snyder posted the fast lap in the 06 cart at 22.847 seconds. Chris Bechtel will line up outside of row 1. Row 2 will be Mackenzie Holloway with Jimmy Carr in the 76 cart. Rolling off P5 will be Ryan Hudgens, and Jason Mullins will start in the 6th position. Did have a crash, a pretty vicious crash in practice earlier today. Thankfully, the driver is indeed okay. That was Suyambav Sani in the 55 cart that took that hard crash. He's your top rookie for the 2024 campaign. And again, we are just so thankful he's okay, but unfortunately the cart is not okay, and he will not be, from what we're told, participating in this evening's races. So 1 division in the books here on Virginia Ship Repair Association Race Night. It's round 8 of the 2024 season. Thank you for tuning in to Facebook Live. Hopefully you'll come down and join us here in Hampton, Virginia. Start time 7 p.m. You still have time to get to the racetrack if you're somewhat in the area. Tickets on sale at our box office, or you can get them online at langley-speedway.com. If you can't be here in person, tune in for live coverage on Flow Racing beginning at 7 Eastern Time. I'm Brian White, along with Adam Welbrock. We'll have the call for this evening's festivities. Adam is down on pit road. Adam, how are things so far down in the pits?
Well, but
we'll check in with Adam here in just a little bit. He'll be the other voice you're going to hear this evening. As right now getting set for the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks. They're going to come out and qualify here in just a moment. 2 laps per truck individually on the racetrack. We'll take the best of their 2 laps. Following the trucks, we've got the Pepsi Grand Stocks, also 2 laps, followed by the Virginia Racers, and then we'll have the Hoosier Driver late models. That coming up here in just a few moments. The Portsmouth Army Navy Enduros will have a random draw for their starting lineup. And again, we are looking forward to seeing the Yesco Virginia Racers, or those limited late models. They'll be coming out here in just a bit. Right now, the pickup trucks on the racetrack. Chase McAdams, current point standings leader, the 3-time champion, looking for big things here this year. First up on the racetrack, it's Gates Korbaszewski in pickup number 4 hitting the racetrack. Gates Korbaszewski taking the green flag. You'll see the white flag from our chief starter, Shane Snyder. Gates Korbaszewski from Hampton, your 2023 Rookie of the Year in this division, finished 8th in the point standings. Sponsored by CrossFit Fort Monroe and Portsmouth Army Navy. Lap number 1, 19.938 seconds. And he's going to go for a spin down in turn number 4. Looks like he did collect the inside retaining wall. And that's going to put us under the yellow flag. Tough break for Gates Korbaszewski. He was coming to the checkered flag. Unfortunately, that truck went around coming through turn number 4. And I believe from my vantage point, by the time I looked over, he was already around. I believe he did clip that inside retaining wall, but we will verify that. Tough break for Gates Korbaszewski, as Paige Kane was coming to take the green flag, but unfortunately with Gates going around, Paige Kane will have to come back down pit road. So action, it's a plentiful here in Bojangles Bow Time qualifying, not the action Gates Korbaszewski wanted to see, as he now sets down in turn number 4 at the entry to pit road, and that will stop us here momentarily. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Larry King Law's Langley Speedway, a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in early June for Virginia Ship Repair Association race night. We are qualifying, setting the starting lineup for our feature events. 7 races in total coming your way here this evening, 6 divisions. We've got twin Hoosier Driver late models.
Happy Race Day, Langley Speedway. This is Lori Warren, President of Richmond Raceway. And on behalf of the team here in Richmond, we wish the fans, the drivers, teams, and the whole Langley crew an incredible time at one of the top short tracks in the country. And we would be honored to have you all come join us at the Cookout 400 on August 11th at 6 p.m., just a few minutes up the road at Richmond Raceway. There is nothing quite like short track racing. Cheers to you fans and enjoy.
Stopped. Am I muted, Justin? I'm not coming across the board to the PA. Nothing's coming across. Interesting. Check. Now it's muted. Now unmuted. Not coming across. We're back here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. We stopped the action because Gates Korbaszewski slammed the outside retaining wall and make that inside retaining wall, over in turn number 4. Had to move the barrier back into place. So tough break for Gates Korbaszewski, the first qualifier in the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks. I believe, Adam Welbrock, you're down on pit road as we get set for some great action here this afternoon.
That's right, my friend, down here in the pit lane, and it is absolutely beautiful out tonight. As you can see, the sun is out, the clouds are very minimal, and it is warm down here. Temperatures in the mid-80s or so. There is a slight breeze right now on the racetrack, so that's going to be good for us race fans that are down here sweating it out, and some of these teams working on these race cars. Right now, we're watching the Super Trucks, as you mentioned. Tough break for Kobashevsky. You just saw them bring the truck by me on the pit lane. That truck with significant front-end damage was leaking a bit of fluid, so that team's got some work to do if they hope to make it out for race time. But Brian, a great field of trucks. They're beginning to roll once again. It's Bill Wallace going out on the racetrack. These trucks always put on a show. What a show we saw last time these trucks were out. Boy, it was chaotic, and ultimately it was Rick House that got it done. But man, what a great race. Tim Carter, Chase McAdams, Alicia Potter, everybody led laps in that event, and man, it was a dogfight to the end. Hopefully we'll get another one of those tonight, and right now we're setting the field for what should be an exciting 25 laps.
Indeed, that is the case. Right now, qualifier number 2 on the racetrack. You just heard it's Bill Wallace, truck number 19, the red pickup truck, firing back now over into turns 3 and 4, middle way of the racetrack. Bill Wallace will take the white flag. This will be his second start here in 2024. He goes atop the leaderboard, just your second qualifier. 19.465 seconds. That's nearly half a second quicker than Gates Kobashevsky for driver truck number 19, Bill Wallace. Longtime competitor here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. Had a top 5 in his first start at that race you just heard Adam talk about. A little bit quicker on lap number 2. He'll be 19.3 seconds for Bill Wallace. Gary Osborne is now on the racetrack in the 00. Gary Osborne from Norfolk in the Superior Termite Pest Control sponsored pickup truck. Down the back straightaway now over into turns 3 and 4. Gary Osborne will make his second start here at the 2024 campaign. Start number 1 back on May 4th. He finished in the 10th position. Lap number 1, 21.229 seconds for truck 00. Today's action is brought to you by the Virginia Ship Repair Association, which represents over 300 companies across Hampton Roads who maintain and modernize naval and commercial vessels. These companies have the best employees working tirelessly to ensure our Navy remains the world's finest. Please join us in thanking the hardworking men and women of Ship Repair and visit Virginia Ship Repair booth by the entrance gate to learn how to join our ranks and become a part of the strength behind the fleet. Bill Wallace is the fastest thus far here in Bojangles Bow Time qualifying. Chris Bechtel, he's pulling double duty. He just qualified his kart P2, and now he's qualifying the pickup truck, also P2 at the moment. 19.907 seconds for Chris Bechtel in truck 57. Bechtel, 5th in the championship standings, has 2 top 5 finishes in the last 2 starts. His best is a 3rd back on April 20th. Bechtel across the line. Can he pick it up? He will actually go a little bit faster, but he'll stay P2. 19.744 seconds for Chris Bechtel. Next out on the racetrack, Louis Pastoritz Sr. on the speedway from Palo Hills, Illinois. Down the back straightaway now over to turns 3 and 4. Of course, the late great Louis Pastoritz. His son tragically passed away a few years ago, and he served our armed forces. And tonight, it's the Commander's Cup in memory of Louis Pastoritz. Each driver in the top 6 championship standings in each division that races this evening were gone into a drawing. Justin Kern, our Director of Media Relations, pulled out where each driver, through a random draw, the top 6 in championship standings, which branch of the military they will represent tonight. The best average finish amongst the 6 branches of the military will be declared Commander's Cup champion. We'll talk about that throughout the evening, and we'll keep you posted on which driver represents which branch of the armed forces. Louis Pastoritz Sr., 4th fastest of the 5 pickup trucks, 20.235 seconds. Right now, everybody's chasing Bill Wallace in pickup truck number 19. Truck number 02 is on the racetrack. I believe this is Jesse Call. However, Jesse's transponder, which helps us get the time and also helps score, is not appearing to work. So Jesse Call is on the racetrack right now, but we do not have a time on pickup truck number 02. So Adam, tonight it is the Commander's Cup. That's always a lot of fun, and we remember the late great Louis Pastritz.
That's right, Brian. Of course, Louis was a champion and multi-time race winner here in the Super Trucks. His dad races this night every single season, and that 26 truck may be just the best-looking machine we have out here. Race fans, if you get a chance to look at this truck up close, it is absolutely gorgeous from top to bottom. The chrome wheels, the American flag, the bald eagle on the side of it. Of course, Louis Pastritz Sr. giving nod to those who have served our country, as his son did. A very talented racer right now, watching Tim Carter turn some laps. And Brian, you mentioned the Commander's Cup. Top six drivers in points, all drawn to each member of each branch of our military. So it's going to be the best average finish among those. All top six drivers across every single division tonight were drawn into a hat and pulled out based on one branch of the military, and we'll see how everything stacks up at the end of the night. They're going to win the Louis Pastritz Commander's Cup. Right now, Tim Carter, second quickest, I should say, by a quarter of a tenth.
Tim Carter, P2 here at the moment. The Hayes, Virginia driver, sponsored by Pruitt Automotive and Tidewater Collision Center. Next out on the racetrack, this is the 62 pickup truck. This is Chase McAdams, the current point standings leader. One victory here. He opened up the 2024 campaign with the win. And where does he go on the leaderboard? Looking for Chase McAdams. He is 6th of the 8 pickup trucks. 6th quick for Chase McAdams, 20.462 seconds. And Adam, this is not the normal 15 that he pilots.
That's right. They've got a new number on the side of that machine. Chase has been very, very quick this year. He's doing very well in points. As you mentioned, the leader right now as things stand. He's also a former division champion here at Langley, but it's been a tough couple of years for that team. They had to rebuild that truck last year, finally got to victory lane, and they've already got a win under their belts this season, so look for Chase to be strong again tonight. Right now, Chase currently scored 5th out of the 8 trucks that have gone. Now the 9th truck is out on the racetrack, so we'll see how Chase fans out when everything is said and done. Everybody chasing that Bill Wallace lap time, 19.300 seconds. And here's Paige Kane on the racetrack, Brian. She was 3rd most recently out, having a great season in that 38.
She indeed is. She is 3rd of the championship standings coming into tonight's races. And we're talking about truck 38, Paige Kane, 6th fastest on the first lap. The Carolina Custom Carriers driver from Norfolk. We'll see the checkered flag. Can Paige pick it up on lap 2? Indeed she will. She'll go from 6th spot to 3rd, or inside row 2. Paige Kane, 19.692 seconds. And I believe that will wrap up the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks qualifying presented by Bojangles. And Bill Wallace, in his 2nd start here in 2024, gets it done. He has won the pole. Let's go trackside. I believe Adam has Bill Wallace.
Catching up with driver 19. Bill, top of the board, buddy. How does that feel?
It feels pretty good. You know, a lot of the fast guys are not here today, so I'm lucky. I'm usually a pretty bad qualifier, so I got a good one today.
Who do you want to shout out on this truck?
This has got to be Automax of Gloucester and Shepherd Synthetics, and also Pete D'Amico, who helps me all the time.
Best of luck, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bill Wallace tonight, Brian, showing the young guys, well, veterans can still get it done.
So Bill Wallace gets the pole with a time of 19.3 seconds. Tim Carter will line up outside of row number 1 in the 01 pickup. Paige Kane will start P3 with Chris Bechtel posting the 4th fastest lap, and Gates Korbaszewski with a damaged, bruised truck. We'll see if he's able to race later. He's slated to roll off 5th. Chase McAdams, the current point standings leader, by 7 points. He will start outside of row number 3 with Louis Pastritz Sr. from Illinois, making the start to remember his son who passed away a few years ago, and that is what we're doing tonight with the Louis Pastritz Commander's Cup, recognizing all the men and women who have served or currently served in our armed forces. And we'll talk about how that works here in just a bit. Gary Osborne, he posted the 8th fastest lap with Jesse Call and Kevin Rickman. Not qualifying, well, at least Jesse Call did. We did not get a time on Jesse Call, so timing and scoring is showing the 02 truck starting at 9th, and Kevin Rickman slated to start 10th with our Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks. Now, we've been talking about the Louis Pastritz Commander's Cup and what that looks like. Remember, the top 6 drivers in championship standings in each division's competing here this evening were put into a random draw. We drew their name out to see which branch of the military they'll represent here this evening. We have Team Space Force, that being a branch of the military, Team Navy, Team Army, Team Marines, Team Air Force, and Team Coast Guard. Now, who got what for the trucks? Tim Carter drew Team Space Force. Alicia Potter, who's not racing this evening, so we'll see who the substitute is. She pulled Team Navy, or at least it was pulled for her by Justin Kern, our Director of Media Relations. But I was talking it over here earlier. Alicia Potter damaged that truck in the very last event, and it was damaged so much so they could not get it repaired for this evening's races. So tough break for Alicia Potter, who did score a win earlier this year, comes into this race second in the championship standings. So tough break that Alicia Potter will not be competing here this evening. Chris Bechtel will represent Team Army in the pickup trucks, while Donald Brown, who's also, I don't believe, here quite yet, or I'm not sure if he's racing tonight, he was slated to represent Team Marines, while Chase McAdams, the point standings leader, represents the Air Force, and the Coast Guard is represented by Paige Kane for the Harris Truck Shop Super Truck. So remember, where everybody finishes tonight regarding the branch of military they represent, will get the best average for one of those branches of the military, and at the end of the night, we'll have one branch of the military with 6 drivers declared as Commander's Cup, presented by Louis Pastritz. Remember him. Again, the late, great Louis Pastritz. Bojangles qualifying. Use your smartphone to order from Bojangles. You can schedule your pickup time so that your food will be as fast and fresh as possible. Make sure to select curbside pickup option when checking out. If you download the Grubhub app and search for Bojangles, all orders $30 or more gets $5 off, while if you spend $50, you'll get $12 off. Qualifying, presented by Bojangles, rolls on here after this. King Law's Langley Speedway. This time it's with the Pepsi Grandstocks hitting the racetrack as they prepare for their event coming up a little bit later on tonight. The Pepsi Grandstocks will run 40 trips around this 4/10 mile oval, and Mike Parker is up first in the 22 pickup truck. He's currently tied for 5th in the fourth, in the championship standings. Mike Parker has 2 top 5 finishes in the last 2 events. He clocks in at 19.208 seconds for Mike Parker in car number 22, that blue and white car, making his way down pit road. This is the 3rd division to post laps here in Bojangles Bowtie qualifying. Up next, we've got the 47. This is Nate Lundeen on the racetrack. Nate Lundeen, 3rd in the championship standings, just 6 points behind leader Paul Lubno. Nate Lundeen has 2 podium finishes of 3rd place here this year. He's fastest on the racetrack, 18.717 seconds. That's nearly half a second faster than Mike Parker. And let's see, he'll actually slow down a tick on lap number 2. So we'll keep the first lap, each car taking 2 laps. We'll take the best of the 2 laps. Mad Dogs on the racetrack. This is Bill Aker in car number 29. He's tied with Mike Parker for 4th in the point standings. 1 3rd place finish. That's the best he's had this year, coming off a rough race, the last event back on May 11th when he came home P8. Bill Aker, what does he do here in qualifying? He goes to the top, 18.285 seconds, over 4/10 of a second faster than Nate Lundeen for Bill Aker. Talked with him briefly earlier. Represents Mosquito Joe. Sideways coming through turns 3 and 4. Dirt tracking it off of 4. Relatively flat course here in Hampton, Virginia. 6 degrees of banking in the turns, 2 degrees on the straightaways. And Bill Aker goes faster on lap number 2, 18.260 seconds for car number 29, Bill Aker. Qualifying rolling on here this afternoon. The 32 car is up next. I believe this is going to be Cameron Walker. Cameron Walker on the racetrack right now, making his 2nd start here in 2024, coming off a 6th place finish in the last event for Cameron Walker. He'll clock in at 20.511 seconds for car number 32, Cameron Walker. Speaking of points, Paul Lubno, the winningest driver here at Langley Speedway in this division, 130 victories for the 7-time champion, leads the standings by just 1 point or 1 position on the racetrack over Tim Wilson, the defending champ. Wilson 1 marker back. He's also your defending race winner. Nate Lundeen is currently 3rd, 6 markers back, with Bill Aker and Mike Parker tied for 4th. Cameron Walker faster on lap number 2. He'll stay slotted in the 4th spot, 20.393 seconds for car number 32. Up next, this is the double 3 of Gary Kidder. Kidder on the racetrack right now, a rookie competitor. 2 8th place finishes and a P10 to open up the 2024 campaign. Here he comes across the line. White flag is in the air, 20.854 seconds for car 33, Gary Kidder, here on Virginia Ship Repair Association Race 8 of the 2024 season. Chuck Hall up here in the tower checking things over as we are looking at a beautiful afternoon. Good to have Dermaine Bird up in the tower as well. We'll get him on the microphone here in just a little bit. I think Dermaine, you've been, let's see if we get him on the mic now. Why not? Let's talk to Dermaine as he's checking out the action. Dermaine, welcome to Hampton, Virginia.
Nice to be up here, Brian. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
All right, I understand you were here for Wacky Wednesday this past Wednesday night. Tell us about that.
Oh, it was amazing to see it. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Position is absolutely amazing. Just seeing normal people come out here with the cars because of the love for the sport and everything, and seeing them just pitted to this track, hanging it high, slipping in low, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Awesome. Dermaine Bird up in the tower with me. We got Adam Welbrock down on pit road, and we've got Robert Pellick on the racetrack in car number 26. Robert Pellick coming off a great finish, a 4th spot for the rookie competitor. And right now, he's your top rookie candidate for Rookie of the Year for Robert Pellick. Good opening lap, 19.8 seconds for car number 26. Everybody's chasing Bill Aker in car number 29. He put down the fastest lap of 18.260 seconds. As we watch Robert come across the line, he'll go quicker on lap 2, but he'll stay in position number 4 or outside row 2, 19.404 seconds for car number 26. All right, Adam, this is the driver everybody's watching, the defending champ. We're talking about Tim Wilson.
That's right, and we were wondering when, not if, but when Tim would get to victory lane. Of course, it was Paul Lubno that won the first couple events. Tim finally checked that box last time out, got to victory lane, and we know, Brian, when the 17 car gets on a roll, he is scary. Exhibit A, well, he just went to the top, 18.121 seconds. The multi-time Grand Stock champion doing what he does, that's laying down fast laps here at Langley.
Tim Wilson from Newport News on the racetrack right now, coming through turns 3 and 4, trying to go quicker on lap number 2. Indeed, he will. 18.114 seconds. That's over a tenth of a second faster than Bill Aker. So the defending champ and most recent race winner, Tim Wilson, is on top of the leaderboard in that black number 17 race car. One more qualifier to go, and this is a heavy hitter. Your current point standings leader, the driver with the most wins here this year, 2 victories to be exact, 1 runner-up finish. Here he comes, Paul Lubno on the racetrack. What does Paul do? He'll go inside row number 2, P3, 18.583 seconds. He needs about a half a second if he wants to take the pole. 130 career wins, 7 championships. This guy knows Langley Speedway. Checkered flag is in the air. Did Paul pick it up? No, he'll slow down on lap number 2, so he'll stay inside row 2. But Tim Wilson gets it done. Team 17 win the Bojangles Pole Award. So Tim Wilson is the fastest, 18.114 seconds. Bill Aker will line up on the second position outside of row 1. Paul Lubno will start third with Nate Lundeen fourth, and Mike Parker rounds out the top 5 in car 22. Robert Pellick posted the 6th fastest lap. Cameron Walker was 7th, and Gary Kidder will start outside of row number 4. So Adam, Tim Wilson gets it done.
And no surprise, the 17 is quickest, Brian, but we've seen these Grand Prixes turn into a bit of a dogfight. I wouldn't count out old Bill Aker. That's a great lap for the 29 team. I talked to Rob Rummels with Mosquito Joe a little while ago. He said we're fired up and ready to get after it. Bill got a win last year in this division, so we know that team is capable. And how fun is it to have Paul Lubno back up front competing for wins after he took some time off? The 14 has been lights out quick this year. Look for them to be up at the front, battling hard, just what we come to expect with Grand Stock races.
All right, we just heard about Tim Wilson getting it done here in Bojangles. Bow time qualifying for the Pepsi Grand Stocks. 2 more divisions to go, including the Yesco Virginia Racers, or the Limited Late Models, and we've got the Premier Series, the Hoosier Driver Late Models, coming up as well. And they'll have 2 races tonight. 2 twin 50s will qualify for the first race. Race 2 will be started based on how you finish race 1. Although NASCAR will invert at a minimum the top 8 finishers, meaning if you finish 8th, you could possibly start on the pole. But Adam, we know it's NASCAR's discretion. They could invert as many as 12 cars.
That's right. It's going to keep teams on their toes. Normally we see drivers kind of fighting for that 8th spot. Their spotter telling them, hey, man, we need 1 spot here because 8th, you're going to be on the pole, but 9th, you're going to start out back. Well, not necessarily the case anymore. Drivers are not able to play for that 8th spot because it could be any from 8th to 10th. So that 9th and 10th spot is going to get a little tricky later on in the first race, which is actually the second race of 7 tonight on Virginia Ship Repair Association race night. Drivers going to be wondering, will I get the top spot if I'm starting 9th, 10th? Maybe your best bet is to start 8th or finish 8th, because that means you'll start at least 3rd, if not better. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But 21 cars in total, Brian, for 2 twin 50s for the late models tonight. The Hoosier Driver late models going to put on a show. And that guy that won the Cars Tour race last week, I think Connor Hall is his name. Yeah, he's back tonight. So watch out, everybody else.
Going to be a lot of fun as we see Connor Hall take to the racetrack here in just a bit. Connor Hall extremely fast. Of course, we'll talk about the great run he had last weekend here to win his first Cars Tour event of the 2024 campaign. And taking a look at everybody tuning in on Facebook Live. Lori Ann is watching, says, hello all, have a great night. Terry Walter Fuller says, hey, hey, hey. Kelly Williams says, will the Legends be racing tonight? They're off this evening. They'll be back. Matt Simmons says, hello from Maine. All the way up in the Northeast is Matt Simmons. Thank you for tuning in. Looks like we got others watching as well. Looks like Alicia Adams is tuned in. And Jalen Turner says, is Butterbean out there? I asked about Butterbean earlier, and Adam, Butterbean's not here tonight, but he put on a great show this past weekend as well.
Yeah, he's here mixing it up last week. Unfortunately, didn't get the finish that he wanted, and Brendan taking the week off, not racing this weekend here at Langley, but we're going to be rooting him on the Cars Tour the rest of the season. And
Adam Welbrock down on pit road as we get set for the Virginia Racers presented by Yesco. They'll have a scuff lap that gets the tires warmed up, then they'll take the green flag, and then followed by the white and then checkered. But again, 2 laps on the track as far as the stopwatch is concerned, 3 in total on the speedway, but only the last 2 will be counted as Sarah Weitzel takes the green flag in car number 21 to become our first limited late models qualifier. Sarah Weitzel coming through turns 3 and 4 from Virginia Beach, 2023 Southern National Motorsports Park Bandolero Track Champion. Sponsored by Applied Resource Technologies and Boyack Automotive for Sarah Weitzel in car number 21 on the speedway here this afternoon. Again, qualifying here, the bright sunshine will be racing under darkness most likely by the time we get the Virginia Racers out. And I believe, Adam, this is going to be Sarah's first start in this division. We'll be with Adam Welbrock here in just a bit. Sarah Weitzel, 2 laps are done, 19.026 seconds. Next out on the racetrack, he was fast here today in practice. He's been fast this year. We're talking about the driver who won the most recent race here, Jacob Derrick, in car number 88 is on the speedway. He'll take the green flag and become our second qualifier for the former Legends and Bandoleros racer as he works down the back straightaway now, approaching turns 3 and 4. He's from Hampton, sponsored by Mercury Mulch and Bushwhackers 2 Tree Care for the driver who right now is currently 6th in the point standings. Again, 1 win here in 2024, and Jacob Derrick goes to the top, 17.077 seconds for Jacob Derrick, who's on the racetrack right now, laying down a quick lap. And will he go faster on lap 2? No, he'll slow down just a tick, about 0.4 of a second to be exact. But nevertheless, Jacob Derrick is the fastest of the 2 qualifiers thus far. Third qualifier on the speedway now. This is car number 9, Aiden Millett. Aiden Millett on the speedway, 3rd in the championship chase, searching for that first win here in 2024. Got to victory lane a few times last year. Trying to do it again here in 2024. Again, 2 third-place finishes in the last 2 events for car number 9. Aiden Millett, somebody we always keep an eye on and realize that he certainly does well in this division. Now, Aiden Millett is going to represent Team Army here this evening for the Commander's Cup. And right now, Adam, he is currently 2nd on the track.
message to all of the up-and-coming reporters, always carry spare batteries with you guys. That's definitely something I've come to do these last couple of weeks. But yes, Brian, you're watching Aiden Millett turn some laps, and he's kind of been under the radar this season. The driver of the number 9, no wins on the season. He was a 4-time winner last year. He's been really strong this year. You mentioned 3rd in points. Looking to get that monkey off his back and get to victory lane. He's fast here once again. And a runner-up right now to Jacob Derrick. Boy, what a great group of drivers this division has. Should be fun to watch them go at it for 50 laps. Here's a driver that's not so young, but very experienced. That's Mr. Day Destruction, I like to call him, Danny Harrell on the racetrack.
Danny Harrell on the speedway, working through turns 3 and 4 to take the green flag to start his first of 2 attempts here this evening. Just outside the top 10 in points. He's currently 11th, coming off of 2 11th place finishes, a best this year of 6th place during the 2024 season opening event. Here he comes through turns 3 and 4. White flag is in the air for Danny Harrell. He'll knock Sarah Weitzel back to 4th. He'll take the 3rd spot, 17.308 seconds for Danny Harrell. Did you know the ship repair industry is a major economic engine in Hampton Roads, employing nearly 80,000 individuals and generating an average salary exceeding $78,000 annually? That's a lot of manpower. If a fulfilling, well-paying career revs your engine, head over to the Virginia Ship Repair Association booth by the entrance gate. Join the Ship Repair legacy today. Next out is Hunter Waltrip, car number 33. And Adam, we're used to saying pickup truck 33. Not the case this year.
That's right. Hunter is a rookie here in the limited late models, the Virginia Racers as we like to call them, and it's been a tough year for that race team. They have had mechanical problems all season long, just not quite found the speed in that machine. They've definitely learned a lot and never give up. That is definitely what this team has done. They continue to fight each and every week. Hunter, there you see Bobble just a little bit out of the corner. Right now that car looks really, really good, but stopwatch is saying otherwise. Hunter is still looking for speed in the 33, but we know they'll get it eventually. This team very capable of winning, so we'll have to wait and see when the 33 picks up, because they're going to be red hot when they do.
He is from Williamsburg, Virginia, 2022 and 23 Super Truck Champion, sponsored by Harper and Company, as well as Coleman Nursery. Hunter Waltrip faster on lap number 2, but he'll stay 4th quick, 17.309 seconds for Hunter Waltrip, trying his hand in a race car this year as opposed to a pickup truck, and he has moved to this Yesco Virginia Racers division. 5 drivers have posted a lap here in qualification. Jacob Derrick is the fastest at 17.077 seconds. Aiden Millett in car number 9, another young driver, just as young there as Jacob Derrick. Your top 2 at the moment. Danny Harrell is currently 3rd. Hunter Waltrip is 4th, and Sarah Weitzel round out the top 5. We still have several more cars to qualify in this limited late models event. And then coming up here in just a little bit, we'll have the Who's Your Driver late models to post qualification laps here this afternoon. A beautiful early June day in Hampton, Virginia. If you're tuning in to Facebook Live, come on down to Hampton and join us for the Virginia Ship Repair Association race night. Green flag around 7 o'clock here this evening. Tickets on sale at our box office or get them online at langley-speedway.com. Of course, if you can't get here in person, tune in to Flow Racing with live coverage at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Raleigh Music's on the racetrack right now in car number 47, your 2022 Yesco Virginia Racers champion. He is from Norfolk, sponsored by GC Pay 523 Holdings and Thurston Springs Service Incorporated. Raleigh Music always a contender here at the racetrack. Car number 47, 3rd quick, 17.251 seconds for the current point standings leader, who has 2 wins to open up the 2024 season and a 2nd place in the very most recent event back on May the 4th. And Raleigh Music here, lap 2, will stay 3rd position with a time of 17.235 seconds. So Adam, if we're looking at a driver to keep an eye on, it's probably going to be the 47 car.
I definitely would not take your eye off the 47, Brian, to your point. Already 2 wins on the season. He's a former champ, 10 career wins in this category for young Raleigh Music. We'll, of course, see him in 3 races tonight. He's going to run the late model doubleheader as well, and he's been pretty stout over there as well. So keep your eye on Raleigh right now, P3, as you mentioned, and it's going to be fun to watch him go at it with the likes of Jacob Derrick, Aiden Millett. These drivers so fun to watch. Every time they're on the racetrack, they put on a heck of a show. And I expect tonight will be no different. Great group of young drivers in this category, and boy, they are some serious talent in the up-and-coming ranks here. We're also watching some of the veterans, like Doug Warren in the 45.
Red 45 car, Doug Warren, in a 3-way tie for 6th position in the championship standings. He currently has a season best finish of 4th, so he's still searching for that first podium result of 3rd place or better. Doug Warren, lap 1 is done. Now lap 2 is in the books. Lap 1 was the fastest lap at a 17.398 seconds. And get this, lap 2 was 17.399. Adam, all within 1/1000th of a second. That's about as consistent as you can possibly get for the driver posting the 6th fastest lap.
Yeah, pretty consistent there for the veteran, the 45 of Doug Warren. Definitely has a handle on this place. Unfortunately, not going to be the lap maybe he was looking for, but we'll watch him over the course of the long run, see what he's got. Mentioned he is also a winner here at Langley in the Virginia Racers. Got it a couple of seasons ago. Now here's rookie Zach Beavers on the racetrack. This is the 8th machine to take a lap.
Zach Beavers making his 4th start in the rookie season, currently 12th in the championship standings. He's about 3 points higher than Hunter Waltrip, who's also in that Rookie of the Year battle with Jonathan White, also scrapping it up for that top award for the drivers in their very first season in this division. Zach Beavers is currently 7th of the 8 cars as far as the leaderboard is concerned for car number 14. Let's see if he can go faster on lap 2. He will, but he'll stay in position number 7. Again, this is Zach Beavers from Chesapeake in the Beavers Motorsports Lawn Care Mechanics sponsored car. Atlee Weiss is next up on the racetrack. Atlee Weiss will represent Team Space Force here in the Louis Pasteritz Commanders Cup. Atlee Weiss having an incredible 2024 season. He's currently tied for 4th in the championship chase, coming off a 6th place finish in the last event. And then the race prior to that, he was 5th on the racetrack. So Atlee Weiss having a very, very strong campaign. And I did misspeak earlier. Atlee is the top rookie for this series. The second top rookie is Zach Beaver. So Atlee Weiss is technically in the Rookie of the Year campaign, and he is the top rookie here this year. And how about it on the racetrack? Atlee Weiss getting a lap here at 17.512 seconds. 7th quick for Atlee. Let's see if he can go a little bit faster on lap 2. He will. He'll stay 7th quick. 17.460 seconds for rookie racer Atlee Weiss. And I'll tell you, Adam, I almost overlooked it because he races like a veteran, not a rookie.
Yeah, he's definitely picked up the craft very, very quickly. You're talking about Atlee. He's a racer in the Pro 6 division. He's got a win over there and looking to get a win here in the Virginia Racers category as well. We'll talk to him a little bit earlier. Says they feel really good about the race car. They're running the Space Force team tonight in the Commanders Cup. They've got the Galaxy paint on the hood, and they, of course, like the Galaxy paint over the visithampton.com sign over in Turn 3, so they like their chances tonight. P3 on the board in practice. Unfortunately for Atlee, P7 there in qualifying, not the run he was looking for, but going to have his work cut out for him. We'll see how they can handle 50 laps and ultimately maybe have a shot at it in the end, but we'll see that later on. Right now, Sparky West turning laps. He is the 10th car in this division.
Sparky West from right here in Hampton, the 2015 VA Semi-Pro State Legends Champion and 2020 Pro Late Legends Champion as well in the S&W HVAC West Plumbing and Heating sponsored car. Number 99, Sparky West. Lap 1 was faster than lap 2, 17.774 seconds. That is 9th of the 10 cars thus far. Everybody's trying to run down Jacob Derrick, who's put down the fastest lap of 17.077 seconds. Next up on the racetrack, this is going to be car number 50, Jared Satterley from Dutton, Virginia. He's sponsored by Maritime Mayhem Charter and Fishing and Martin's Custom Marine LLC for Jared Satterley, who's going to make, I believe, his first start here. I'll check the books here in this division here in 2024. Again, this is going to be Jared Satterley now on the speedway working down the back straightaway. Race tonight for the Yesco Virginia Racers. It'll be on the scorecard number 4 of 7. 50 trips around this 4/10 of a mile oval to settle it here tonight. Jared Satterley 11th quick, 19.639 seconds as he shakes down that car for the first time in 2024. Adam, a healthy field of Yesco Virginia Racers ready to do battle here this evening.
That's right. By my count, about 15 cars here ready to go at it for 50 laps. And of course, we mentioned the 20-plus late models we have here as well. It is very busy down here in the pit lane. As you can see, all the way from Turn 4 to Turn 1, it is full as we get ready for 3 late model races here on Virginia Ship Repair and Race Night. Going to be 150 laps in total. Still a couple other divisions here tonight as well, as we've seen in Bojangles Bow Time qualifying, but should be an action-packed night nonetheless, Brian. And right now, here is Donovan Edwards running the very look-alike Danny Edwards paint scheme. Of course, his father, a 6-time champion here at Langley. Donovan is a winner here in the Virginia Racers category, looking to go at it again tonight.
Donovan Edwards is trying to go for a championship, enters this race P2 in the season-long points war, just 4 markers behind Raleigh Music. He's also searching for that very first win of the season. He has 2 runner-up finishes and a 4th place effort, so he's been right near the front all season long for Donovan Edwards. Right now he is outside of row 3 provisionally in the 6th spot with a time of 17.361 seconds on lap 1. But lap 2 is faster. He'll go to 4th spot, 17.275 seconds. So he picks up 2 positions here on lap number 2. Just a few cars remaining here in the Yesco Virginia Racers qualification, including this driver, car number 24. That is Randy Sample from Hampton, your 2009-2010 Super Street champion here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway, sponsored by Portsmouth Army Navy and iShine Mobile Detailing. For car number 24, Randy Sample, who's currently 4th in the point standings, just 16 markers back with a third-place finish to open up the 2024 season. And as we take a look here at the Louis Pastrick's Commanders Cup for the Virginia Racers, it looks like Randy Sample represents Team Air Force here, as we're looking at a really cool Facebook posting that the family put on social media in honor and memory of all those who had the courage to storm Fortress Europe and liberate it from evil. JRN Racing salutes you. Note the invasion markings on the car are what was used on our airplanes, thanks to Nick Everett and Slim Jimmy Designs. Really cool. Check out the J. Douglas Sample Facebook post, as Justin Kern is showing me that up here in the tower. Really cool, as they have went an extra step here tonight to help represent and shine a light here on the Louis Pastrick's Commanders Cup. Where did the 24 car settle in? He'll go P5 at the time of 17.296 seconds here provisionally of the 13 cars that have taken time here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. Got a couple of Morgan drivers still to go, including Matt and brother Kevin still remaining to qualify here this afternoon. Matt will be up first in car number 98. He's currently 9th in the point standings. Season best finish, the most recent race. He came home in 7th spot for the driver from Gloucester, Virginia, the Heritage Law Group Estate Planning sponsored car. Car number 98 on the racetrack will take the green flag. Lap 1 is the scuff lap. Now he's on the stopwatch. Want to welcome Dominica James and Dominica Porepski from Florida. This is the first time here at the racetrack. They're watching Kevin and Matt race. They are cousins. I want to welcome James and Dominica here to the Speedway. Matt Morgan, 11th fastest, 17.657 seconds for car number 98. He's still digging for more now. Over in turns 3 and 4, sideways, coming off of turn number 4. As he stands on the loud pedal to go a little bit quicker, and he will go faster. He'll now occupy the 10th spot with a time of 17.507 seconds for car number 98. Here comes brother Kevin Morgan on the racetrack. Kevin drives car number 1 in the Morgan Graphics Harley's Hideaway and Newport News, as well as State Farm Trevor Jones sponsored car. Kevin coming through turns 3 and 4. Now he is on the stopwatch to give it a go here, as again Jacob Derrick is the fastest with a time of 17.077 seconds. That's 3/100ths of a second faster than car number 9, Aiden Millett. Kevin Morgan across the line. He'll go 12th fastest on lap number 1, 17.699 seconds for car number 1. Kevin Morgan, that'll put him 12th on the leaderboard. Works his way now through turns 3 and 4. And lap number 2 for Kevin Morgan. He'll go 11th quick, right behind brother Matt Morgan, 17.555 seconds for car number 1, Kevin Morgan. So qualifying here for the Yesco Virginia Racers. I still see the green light on, so we may have one more car or so to go. Looking to see if anybody's coming out. Now the red light is on, so Jacob Derrick has done it here this afternoon. Derrick has won the pole award presented by Bojangles. Aiden Millett will line up to his right elbow in car number 9 outside the first row. Raleigh Music and Donovan Edwards make up row 2. While Randy Sample and Danny Harrell make up row 3. Rolling off 7th, the good qualification effort, that was Hunter Waltrip. Doug Warren posted the 8th fastest lap. Atlee Weiss was 9th, and Matt Morgan rounds out the top 10. Kevin Morgan will fire off 11th here this evening for the 50-lap race. Zach Beavers 12th. Sparky West was 13th. Sarah Weitzel 14th, and Jared Satterley will start 15th here this evening. So Jacob Derrick has won the pole here this evening. He'll lead the entire field to the green flag as Jacob Derrick is searching for his 2nd consecutive win here of the 2024 season. Let's go trackside.
Thank you, Brian. Down here with the man himself, Jacob. Win in your most recent race. You're back on pole, buddy. You feel like this team has finally found its footing after an okay start to the year?
Oh, yeah. I think we're back to what we used to run like. We've been finding problems, just small problems that have just been costing us, and I think we've got it all figured out now.
It's great. Got to be a great feeling for you guys to be back. Who do you want to shout out on this bad, fast Camaro?
My dad, Mark Wirtz. Mark Wirtz, my dad, put a lot of work into this thing to make it go fast, and sponsors, I want to like Solano Electric, Brickworks and more, or Tree Services. Sorry.
Hadn't done it many times this year. Takes a little refresher. That's okay.
Oh yeah, Bass Roofing, Mercury Mulch, County Grill, Jimmy Atkins, Matthews Designs, and Gypsy Roots.
All right, buddy. Congratulations and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Jacob Derrick tonight, Brian, your pole sitter, carrying that momentum from the win a couple of weeks ago.
That's right. Jacob Derrick's ready to get 2 in a row. It could happen here this evening as Jacob Derrick represents Team Coast Guard here tonight, hoping that the rest of his fellow competitors that represent Team Coast Guard get the best average finish of the night, and they could become the Louis Pastridge Commanders Cup champion for 2024. Randy Sample again represents Team Air Force. Riley Music, he represents the Marines, while the Army, that's Aiden Millette. Donovan Edwards has Navy, and Atlee Weiss has Team Space Force. One more division to go. It's going to be the Premier Series. The Who's Your Driver late models. They are coming up next.
Larry King Law. Knowledge, experience, commitment.
Anytime an accident happens, dial 757-INJURED for Larry King.
If you or someone you know has been injured in an accident after getting medical help, call us first. Dial 757-INJURED for Larry King.
Larry King Law battles for justice and is dedicated to empower and protect accident victims. It is our mission to provide the best possible legal services. Anytime you need help, dial 757-INJURED.
In the 60 seconds it will take you to listen to this radio ad, you could crack open a delicious Pepsi and start learning to play the electric guitar. Or the didgeridoo. You could take some photos worth untagging, wake up with face paint on.
Aw, you guys.
Or invent a new language you speak only with your 2 new best friends. Together you could adopt an exotic pet and name it Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi whip.
Oh, Pepsi.
In 60 seconds you could call up your crush and profess your love.
I'm in love with you.
But misdial and call your mom.
Honey?
Uh-oh.
BTW could LOL at your BFF ROFL because your BFF 4L TMI'd.
Dude.
You can run a 100-meter dash slowly. Woo! In 60 seconds, you could double Dutch jump rope on a trampoline faster than anyone's ever double Dutch jump roped on a trampoline before. Then upload the video, get 1 billion views, and achieve international fame in a tiny province of China you can't even pronounce. In this 60 seconds, you didn't do any of that, but you can now. So what are you waiting for? Grab a Pepsi and get out there, because now has never happened before, and it only lasts for now. Pepsi, live for now.
Established in 1979, Hydraulic Repair Corp. in Portsmouth, Virginia is the area's go-to source for repair, remanufacture per original manufacturer specifications, and manufacturing of special and hard-to-find hydraulic cylinders. Today, our superior service has made us one of the top hydraulic equipment and supply dealers as far north as Richmond, all of Tidewater, and northeastern North Carolina. Hydraulic Repair Corp. works with all local city government municipalities and have an ongoing relationship with NAVFAC Mid-Atlantic to handle all hydraulic and hose assembly needs. In addition to government municipalities, our business works with all heavy and light contractors, utility companies, and ship companies. Give us a call at 757-397-7789 or online at hydraulicrepaircorp.com.
It's Car Masters Automotive with a Napa Gold 36-month, 36,000-mile peace of mind warranty. Go to RepairPal.com for a fair price guarantee. Customer rental and loaner cars too. Car Masters is hiring technicians up to $55 an hour with 100% health and more benefits. 757-456-0722. Car Masters Automotive. Go to CarMastersAuto.com at 931 East Little Creek Road in Norfolk.
The Virginia Ship Repair Association Marine Trade Training Program is your express lane to success. No prior experience is required. Just 3 weeks of hands-on training can launch you into a rewarding career as a welder, pipe fitter, electrician, or any of several other in-demand specialties. Visit shiprepairtraining.com today and discover your path to a brighter future. It's free to apply.
How hard is it to get hardwood floors? Put it to a song, and you'll quickly see how easy it is at Dominion Floor Covering. When you're looking for the perfect storm of prices, customer service, and burning it down selections, Dominion Floor Covering is where the neon sign will be so bright it'll give you a Sundays. You'll say, look at you, leave the light on. I'm happy I just drove like I'm in Talladega with my shotgun rider somewhere in my car to Dominion Floor Covering. I'm feeling it, just like a roller coaster, and I'm ready to do some day drinking. With deals like this, there's gotta be something in the water, like sunshine and whiskey.
No gimmicks, no ridiculous claims, and no small print at Dominion Floor Covering. See Dominic Velarde, John Campbell, and the rest of the staff at Dominion Floors, Route 17 and Production Drive in York County, on the web at domfloors.com, or give us a call at 595-5777.
Race fans, I've got one simple question for you. Do you know how you're getting home tonight after the race? If you hesitated, now's the time to find a designated driver. Ask a friend or family member, or use a ride-sharing app. 100% of drunk driving deaths are preventable. So ask yourself, who's your driver? Plan ahead and use a sober driver and buckle up. Learn more at who'syourdriver.org.
Qualifying now for the Premier Series on the Speedway, the Who's Your Driver late models here hitting the racetrack. This is the final division to take to the Speedway, and we're watching Justin Martz. He's up first in car number 22 on the Speedway. Justin Martz going to make his third start of the 2024 season, fresh off a fifth place finish in the very last event. Lap 1, 16.318 seconds for Justin Martz. Again, just like we saw in the Yesco Virginia Racers, each driver will come out, they'll get a scuff lap to work those tires in, then they'll get the green flag from Chief Starter Shane Snyder, followed by the white flag, then the checkered. Will take the best of their 2 laps on the stopwatch. Lap 2 a little bit slower for Justin Martz, so we'll keep lap 1 in the books. Next up on the Speedway, the 5-time Langley Speedway champion, Mark Wirtz in car number 55 from Chesapeake. CorvetteParts.net Chevrolet coming through turns 3 and 4. Mark Wirtz takes the green flag, and what a year he's having. He comes into this race tied with Danny Edwards for second in the championship standings. He has 2 runner-up finishes to start this year, looking for his first win of the 2024 season. Mark Wirtz across the line. White flag is in the air. He'll go to the top. 16.233 seconds for car 55. Was on a really cool Langley Speedway commercial that Vaughn Crittenden put together. If you haven't seen that, check out our social media channels as we watch Mark Wirtz come across the line. He'll go even quicker on lap number 2, 16.227 seconds. And Adam, speaking of a driver on a commercial, Mark Wirtz is the right one.
Yeah, he's pretty big time, talking about the 5-time champion here at Langley. Of course, couple-time champion here in the late models, and doesn't get any more big time with Mark Wirtz, the spokesperson for Corvette Parts, Keen Parts, and Dunkin' Donuts on that black and blue Camaro. You mentioned it, he's been very, very fast this season, looking to break through and get the monkey off his back. It's been over a year since Mark has won. I didn't realize that when I had read it at first, but it's been quite a while, and I know he's ready to get back to victory lane, as somebody did this year, that somebody being Ryan Matthews. Ryan finally did get that win this year, and boy, it was a great night when he celebrated in victory lane. Been a great year for the 51 as well. First lap going on the board.
Ryan Matthews currently 4th in the championship chase. He won back on April 20th. He had 2 runner-up finishes in the very last race evening, twin 50s that night as well. So keep your eyes on Ryan Matthews. He's having an incredible 2024 season as Ryan Matthews represents the Team Coast Guard for the Louis Pastrich Commanders Cup. Lap 2 is going to be a little bit quicker for Ryan Matthews, but he'll stay P3 at a 16.386 seconds for, again, Ryan Matthews, car number 51. Next out on the Speedway, it's car number 26. We're talking about Danny Edwards, the 6-time late model champion here in Hampton. He won the season opening race number 2 back on April the 6th, finished 4th in the most recent contest. Right now, he's 16 points behind his brother Greg Edwards for the championship lead, tied with Mark Wirtz for the 2nd position. Danny Edwards on the racetrack for this afternoon is 3rd fastest in car number 26, 16.331 seconds. That'll drop kick Ryan Matthews back to 4th as Danny Edwards tries to go a little bit quicker here on lap number 2. Can he do it? He will indeed. He'll go right behind Mark Wirtz, provisionally second fastest, 16.254 seconds, 2/100ths of a second slower than car 55. His brother is now on the racetrack, your point standings leader. Car number 21, Greg Edwards' brother. We're talking about Greg Edwards, Danny's brother, I should say, as he makes his way now through turns 3 and 4 to take the green flag and get us going here as this driver comes to us here on the Speedway from Poquoson, Virginia, in car number 21. As he works down the backstretch over into turns 3 and 4, you'll see the white flag coming out. 2 wins here for Greg Edwards to open up the 2024 season. And Adam, he goes all the way to the top.
To the top. Driver 21 picking up where he left off back in April. Hasn't won since April, but it's been a very, very solid season. You mentioned that quite large points lead he has, and he's holding on to it with consistent finishes. That lap a little bit slower. Still P1 for car 21. Been a good season for Greg. Of course, I mentioned a few weeks ago, he hasn't finished worse than 3rd in points since 2016. It has been solid, consistent, and at the front each and every week for driver 21. Kind of what we come to expect from the 6-time champion.
That's right. Greg Edwards, 7/100ths of a second faster than Mark Wirtz. Greg Edwards representing the Army for the Louis Pasteur's Commander's Cup here this evening. Next up, it's Rally Music. We just talked about Rally Music earlier because he did such a great job in the Yesco Virginia Racers, 2022 champ there. And now this Norfolk competitor pulling double duty. He'll attempt to run 150 laps of racing here this evening. Working his way now through turns 3 and 4. White flag is in the air for Rally Music, 16.331 seconds for car number 47, Rally Music, who did go down 1 position in points. Woody Howard took the 5th spot in the championship standings. Riley comes into this race 6th in points, but get this, had his best finish of the year when he came home 2nd in the very last race. Rally Music lap 2 is done. He'll be 5th fastest as he slows down just a bit on lap number 2 by about 2/10ths of a second. But a good lap for Rally Music has him 5th in the point standings. And as far as the Commander's Cup is concerned, Riley has the Marines that he represents this evening. Chase Burrow on the Speedway now in the 00 from King William, Virginia. He's the 2022 Z-Max Cars Tour Rookie of the Year, sponsored by Medic Corporation and Tidewater Safety Shoes. For Chase Burrow, he runs dirt, runs asphalt, he does it all. One talented young man behind the wheel. And Adam, he is very fast here this afternoon.
Yeah, he was fastest in that round of final practice earlier today. Chase, of course, runs many different divisions out here. He ran modifieds here last year, won the Sean Beluzzo Memorial, most notably, and going to try to get the pole here. Can he do it? He needs a 1/2 tenth. Yes, he can. To the top, 16.149 seconds, Brian. 0.008 between he and Greg Edwards, 8/1000ths of a second.
Great lap for Chase Burrow as he goes to the top in car 00, knocking Greg Edwards back to 2nd. And Chase Burrow not running the entire season, but he has made 4 starts here this year, a best finish of 7th. But who knows, a win could be in the making here this evening as we're laying down qualification laps to set the starting lineup for this evening's premier race coming up a little bit later on tonight. 2 races in total for this division. The late model sponsored by Who's Your Driver, and making, I believe, going to be one of his first starts this year. It's going to be car 3, Trey Williams on the racetrack. Trey Williams, he's run the Legend Series as he works through turns 3 and 4 to see the white flag for car number 3. It'll be a 16.445 seconds on lap number 1 for car 3. Everybody trying to run down and chase the chase. Chase Burrow to the top, 16.149. That's 8/1000ths of a second faster than Greg Edwards. That's about as close as it gets. Mark Wirtz is currently P3, and Danny Edwards rounds out the top 4 as we still have several more cars to go as Trey Williams will stay in 8th spot. Lap 2 was faster than lap 1. He clocked in at 16.436 seconds for car number 3, Trey Williams. Up next is Dean Shiflett in car number 72, making his 3rd start of the 2024 season. Car 72 on the racetrack right now. Takes it back now to turns 1 and 2. The fast way around here in qualifying. Try to keep the car pinned all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. That's the least distance to travel, but sometimes the cars don't handle quite as well down there, but we do see the 72 pinned to the bottom. He is 8th fastest of the 9 cars, 16.408 seconds for car number 72, Dean Shiflett. And Adam, that's a sharp-looking race car as he comes through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, the black and gold really shines in the sunshine, Brian. It'll shine under the Musco lighting system later, and of course the gold wheels can't go wrong with that. For car 72, Dean Shiflett, much quicker on lap 2. He's going to go P5, 16.275 seconds. It's about a tenth and some change slower than the Chase Burrow lap. He is 5th out of 9 so far. Good lap for the veteran. Here's the sophomore competitor, Chris Horton.
Got Mr. Bird up in the tower taking an observation and watching the cars on the speedway. What are you thinking thus far as we're getting ready to wrap up qualifying? Ready to see how it goes, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. My mic was in the wrong place. Yeah, waiting to see how it goes. All these qualifying laps are so close to each other. Once the race begins, I'm just interested to see who can actually pull it off in the end. It's going to be a really good race night tonight here in Langley.
I could not agree more. Going to be a lot of fun here this evening as we are just setting the starting lineup for the feature events coming up later this evening, presented by Virginia Ship Repair Association. Chris Horton from South Mills, North Carolina on the track, coming through turns 3 and 4 sideways out of turn number 4 for the Crossroad Cleaners race car. Chris Horton, 9th fastest with a time of 16.391 seconds for car number 42. Next out on the racetrack, a family that's synonymous with Langley Speedway. We're talking about the Wyatt family. This is Casey Wyatt on the racetrack in car number 29. He's had a great 2024 season from Hampton in the Scrimp Shack A&I Heating and Air and Lennox sponsored car, working through turns 1 and 2 on his first of 2 flyer laps for car number 29, as he is right now 8th in the points chase. He has a best finish this year of 4th during the 2024 season opening event. Casey Wyatt 6th quick here on lap number 1, 16.295 seconds. And Adam, these drivers, the top 3, all within a tenth of a second. The entire top 8 cars now all within 0.2 of a second, including Casey Wyatt, who's P6.
Yeah, very, very tight at the top of the field, that is for sure. As we see more cars start to put down some laps that make it even tighter here. We've got some fast bullets still sitting here in the pit lane. I talked to Casey's dad, Mr. Wyatt, a little while ago. He wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Terry Harris, who runs part-time here. He's with Yesco, proud partner of Langley. Today is Terry's birthday. He'll be here a little bit later on, so happy birthday, Mr. Terry Harris. And now we're watching Cody Bryant on the racetrack, Brian.
Cody Bryant on the speedway now, working through the 3 and 4, now on the front straightaway for the Chesapeake, Virginia driver. He's your 2023 limited late models, sponsored by Yesco champion in the Bryant Motorsports Parts Barn sponsored car. Coming through turns 3 and 4, white flag is in the air for Cody Bryant, and he has a fantastic lap, 3rd quick for the 08 car, 16.194 seconds, 4/100ths of a second off the top speed. Can he make it happen? Coming through turns 3 and 4, gunning for the pole position. He'll go to the top, 16.108 seconds. Cody Bryant provisionally on the pole. What a lap for car number 08. Wow, Cody Bryant knocks Chase Burrow back to 2nd. Greg Edwards falls to 3rd position now. What a lap set by young Cody Bryant, who just won the Yesco Championship for the limited late models last season, and he's trying to win the pole here this afternoon. Michael Rogers again on the racetrack right now from Midlothian. He's your 2019 Southside Speedway late model stock car champion and Rookie of the Year in 2021 at Shenandoah Speedway. Amsoil, CDL Camper Rentals sponsored car for the 09 race entry. We're talking about Michael Rogers, lap 1, 10th fastest, 16.361 seconds. Working his way now through turns 3 and 4 to take the checkered flag. And Michael Rogers, 8th quick, lap 2 faster at a 16.303. The entire field all within 0.3 of a second. That's how close these cars are. What a cool sponsored race car, FM 99, Adam, on the side of Craig Estep's car.
That's right, race fans. And our media director, Justin Kern, tells me that he's running throwback paint schemes this year. Of course, now that I remember, Craig Estep did run this paint scheme a few years ago, many years ago actually, the number 99, but of course FM 99, a cool tie-in to a local radio station. Our friends over at FM 99 always a part of the broadcast here at Langley, especially on Hampton Heat Night, and we're going to see Craig Estep, who's running his final season, run some more throwback paint schemes later on in the year. Really cool initiative and a cool effort from this race team as Craig celebrates his swan song season, Brian.
That's right, 16.480 on lap number 1. Again, 0.3 of a second from first all the way through the field. And what a nice pickup on lap 2. He'll go from 14th spot to 7th place for Craig Estep, 16.208 seconds. Craig Estep, the FM 99, car 99, is right now P7. As we still have a few cars remaining, including Adam Connor Hall is still to go.
And I'm standing by with somebody who maybe doesn't want to see Connor run. That's Cody Bryant. Cody, been a tough year for you guys. You're top of the board right now. How does it feel, buddy?
Oh, man, it feels great, man. It's been a lot of work these past couple of weeks. We had a good little break, and me and my crew chief, Kobe Vance, and all my guys back at home, we've been putting in a lot of work. I can't thank them enough, and all my partners who make this happen for me and my family. It's definitely a big deal for us. But like I said, we still got a couple more, so we'll see. But
keeping your fingers crossed on it.
That's right, definitely.
Congratulations. Welcome back. Go get him tonight,
man. I really appreciate it.
Cody Bryant right now top of the board, Brian, but of course still some cars left to go. Not on the pole just yet, but they're keeping their fingers crossed down here.
Well, he just dodged a bullet in Woody Howard. Woody came within 3/100ths of a second at car number 41. He'll go P2 provisionally outside of row 1 for the driver who now is 5th in the championship standings, and he'll represent Team Space Force in the Louis Pasteritz Commanders Cup. Speaking of Woody Howard, who goes to 2nd, that knocks Chase Burrow back to P3. Cole Bruce is on the racetrack right now, the red 31 car from Fredericksburg, the 2018 Dominion Raceway Track Champion, sponsored by Flashpoint Logistics and Bryant's Garage. For car 31, he becomes the 16th qualifier. Speaking of Cole Bruce, with still at least 4 cars remaining following him, as Cole Bruce takes the white flag, and he'll go up to the 6th spot for car 31, 16.247 seconds. Cole Bruce digging for more now in turns 3 and 4, keeps the car right along the yellow line, works his way now through turns 3 and 4. Checkers are in the air, and it's actually a white line there at the bottom of the racetrack as we watch Cole Bruce take the checkered flag, and he'll go faster on lap number 2, 16.162 seconds, 5th fastest for car number 31. So Cole Bruce will knock Mark Wirtz back to the 6th spot as he'll line up inside of row 3 provisionally.
And Brian, I mentioned it might get tighter here in the closing final few cars. How about the top 5 cars? 0.054 seconds, just over half a tenth.
Incredible. We're talking about Cody Bryant at a 16.108 and Cole Bruce at a 16.162. 5/100ths of a second separating first back to 5th. That's how competitive and tight these cars are, and they're running right there together as far as speed is concerned. Thomas Marks on the racetrack up 3 positions in the point standings to 7th as he had a season best of 4th back on May 4th for car number 88 from Seaford, Virginia, the Commonwealth Towing Charlie's Auto Repair sponsored race car. Car number 88 across the line, Thomas Marks. He is 16th fastest, 16.410 seconds. Car number 91 is on the speedway. This is Justin Carroll from Justin Carroll from Chesterfield, Virginia. Has run some NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series races here in 2024. Runs the NASCAR National Touring Series. Comes to race with us as well, as Justin Carroll is on the speedway now in car number 91, attempting to lay down a very fast lap. He's only made 2 starts here. 3 starts, that is, here in 2024, but this will be his 4th start when we fire these cars up to go racing a little bit later on tonight. Justin Carroll, 7th fastest, 16.238 seconds, and he's still coming now through turns 3 and 4 to take the checker flag. Can he pick it up and go faster? He will. He'll take the 6th spot, knocking Mark Wirtz back to 7th. Justin Carroll, 16.176 seconds. All right, everybody has been watching qualifying, anticipating who's going to be fastest. Right now it's Cody Bryant in car number 08, but the hot shoes on the racetrack right now. He won the Z-Max Cars Tour race in a thriller of a finish. They came to the line 3 wide, and by 7/1000ths of a second, Connor Hall won at his home track. He's from right here in Hampton, the defending Langley Speedway champion and the NASCAR Division I national champion. The first time in Langley history to do so is on the racetrack, and Connor Hall goes to the top. 16.035 seconds for car 77, and he says 1 lap is all we need. Shuts the car off. He has wrapped it up here with 1 more car to go, following Connor Hall, who's gunning for his 2nd straight NASCAR Division I national championship, and right now is the current Z-Max Cars Tour point standings leader for the Town Bank 77 race car. Final qualifier here this afternoon. This is Mason Bailey in car number 05 on the speedway right now from North Chesterfield, Virginia, sponsored by the electrical guy on the speedway right now. And Mason Bailey on the speedway on his first of 2 flyer laps. This will be his 5th start of the 2024 season. 3 12th place finishes, hoping to crack the top 10 here this evening. Again, we're qualifying for race number 1. Race 2 will start based on how they finish race 1, with us inverting at least the top 8 finishers, possibly up to the top 12. Mason Bailey, 12th fastest on lap number 1, 16.285 seconds. Here he comes through turns 3 and 4. Checkers are in the air, and he'll slow down about 1/10 of a second. So Mason Bailey, 12th quick. Connor Hall has done it, just like he did last weekend in the Z-Max Cars Tour race. It's Connor Hall winning the Bojangles Bowtime Pole Award, laying down a fast lap of 16.035 seconds. It's Connor Hall getting it done. Cody Bryant will line up outside of row number 1. Woody Howard, Chase Burrow, and Greg Edwards, the current point standings leader, round out the top 5. Cole Bruce fires off 6th here this evening for the first of 2 50-lap events. Justin Carroll posted the 7th fastest lap. Mark Wirtz was 8th. Danny Edwards 9th, and Dean Shiflett rounds out the top 10. Other qualifiers here this afternoon: Craig Estep, the FM99 car, 11th. Mason Bailey, 12th. Casey Wyatt, 13th. 14th went to Michael Rogers. Justin Martz, 15th, with Raleigh Music, 16th. Ryan Matthews, 17th. Chris Horton, 18th, followed by Thomas Marks and Trey Williams. That's how they'll line up. 10 rows deep, 20 cars here, Adam, and Connor Hall has done it.
That's right. Doesn't really seem to matter what he drives. Connor's quick around Langley, Bud, and just seemed to be business as usual out there. Cars seemed pretty solid through those 1 lap that you got.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get 2, but we had a little fist fight with the scales in there. But like I said, it's a great car. We're just, happy to be back and, looking to continue to improve this program, and just here to see all my smiling fans here at Langley Speedway.
Yeah, they remember you from last week, Bud. What's your week been like since winning that race? Has it been kind of crazy or just kind of business as usual?
It's been business as usual, doing a little boat, doing some boat work, some boat sales, and it was my roommate's birthday on yesterday, so me, him, and some buddies, actually including Brendan Queen, we just hung out and had a good time, and I joked last night, and Brendan and I sitting side by side watching baseball on my couch. I thought Langley Speedway would burn down if somebody saw that, but like I said, just here to keep doing our thing and continue chasing this national title, and hopefully gonna end up in victory lane.
All right, that's Connor Hall, pole sitter tonight, Brian, chasing that 2nd consecutive national title. Boy, what a story that would be.
Connor Hall right now 4 starts here in 2024, 4 wins. He wants to sweep the night here this evening and go 6-4-6, and we'll see if he's able to pull it off when we drop the checkered flag here a little bit later on tonight for the Virginia Ship Repair Association race evening. 7 in total, including the Huns Recycle Factory Champ Carts. They'll be up first for a 20-lap event. The second race will be the first of 2 Who's Your Driver late model 50-lap contest. Race 3 is the Pepsi Grand Stocks 40 trips around. Race 4 will be the ESCO Virginia Racers 50 times around, followed by these cars, the Portsmouth Army Navy Enduros that are lined up on pit road. They'll turn to the racetrack 30 times around. the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks. That's race 6 for 25 times around. And then we wrap up the evening with the second Who's Your Driver Late Models 50 Circuit Contest. That is the 7 races coming up here this evening at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. And again, if you're tuning into Facebook Live, we hope you join us. There's still time to get here, less than an hour. We'll drop the green flag for the first of 7 races. If you can't join us in person, tune in to Flow Racing. For Adam Welbrock, I'm Brian White. Thanks for tuning in to Facebook Live.